Hey, how's it going? Everybody doing good? Why is that still there? Let's see. Added you to the stage, but I'm trying to figure out why it's still showing. I did that the other day. I don't know why it's doing that.
Things.
Can you hear me? Hmm. Awesome, Michael. I'm trying to figure out why the banner won't go away. So just give me a couple of minutes. Because right now all I see is the Land's handmade woodworking. Why, oh, why is it showing there? I feel like we're in the background. We are in the background. Why are we in the background? You know, spontaneous lives. What can you do? Rusty,
Are you able to see?
I can't
What's
see
up?
the screen.
It's because you have to go over to banner or media assets and click off of that. There you go.
Oh, nice. Okay. Rusty saved the day. There we go. I don't know how that happened.
I just did it.
Did we lose small woodlot? Here he is.
Yeah, I had to bounce out for a second.
Okay.
Redo the settings on my phone.
Not a problem. If you want, turn it sideways. Might be a little bit better.
Yeah. There you go.
Awesome.
All right.
I'm trying
Yeah, I
to
got it plugged into
get
the
stuff
charger.
set up.
Hello, Professor Rusty.
What's up, man?
So
Yeah.
as you can see, I'm technically challenged. I needed Rusty to help me figure out to click a button. But that's all right. So we're doing a surprise live tonight, just hanging out. I am actually cleaning the shop. So link is pinned. This is open mic night. Anybody can come in. Anybody can hang out on screen and chat and talk. So Michael, if I'm not mistaken, you said you're at Bear and the Boss Ladies. You're at Josh's house?
It's still going.
I'm sitting at home here.
No, Michael last, I believe, said he was at Bear's house.
Ah.
Let it go.
You might be. I know I was over the farm today. I got a new project that came in yesterday.
Oh, Bear is live? When did Bear go live? I would not have gone live if I knew Bear was live.
Bear's always live.
No. I just checked. How long has he been live, Michael? I literally feel like I just checked YouTube to see who was live. and I did not see him. A little while ago? Oh, crap. Well, we may end this stream and just go to Bears. I don't know. What do you guys think? Because I didn't want to jump on anybody's toes, and I didn't see him live.
All right,
I mean,
that works.
We can hang out if you guys want, but I just did not see him. Yeah, he's live. How long has he been live? Well, here, I'll tell you what we're going to do. He's only been live for 5 minutes, so he just beat me.
All right, I tell you what. Why don't we do this?
Hold on a second. He's only been live. He's like just beat me, I think. So what we're gonna do is
I'm gonna eat dinner.
Looks
well,
like you
you
got
eat
some
dinner.
chicken nuggets or something going there, Rusty.
Chick-fil-A chicken strip.
Oh, they're good.
Mm-hmm.
I do like my Chick-fil-A.
There. Now we can go live and be a part of Bears carving.
Nice. Nice. I just wish I had a bigger screen to watch that on.
Yeah, me too.
Let me
See if I can fix
open
it.
this up. No.
No.
Looks like he's doing a little bit of hand carving there.
There we go. He's gonna kill me for restreaming his stream. I really didn't know he was live.
Let him know you're doing it and see what he says.
Hey, what's up, C&G Creations? Mike Stanifer. How you guys doing? So there was a little foo-ha. I'm out in the garage cleaning the garage up, and I checked before I scheduled this live and didn't see anybody live. So I went live, and then come to find out, Bear and the Boss Lady's live. So if you guys want to go over and watch Bear, cool. If not, we're going to stream him and see what he says afterwards. And we're going to hang out here. Mike Stanifer, I'm good. Did you get your package? I think I asked you that, but I'm not sure if you got it. All right, good.
Well, Delaney and Rusty, I got to do something very important. I got to make a cup of coffee.
All right, go make a cup of coffee.
I mean, look, regardless of whatever it comes out to be, it already looks extremely angry. And that's what we're after. We don't want this guy. We don't want this guy to look evil. I mean, nobody wants a guy in the head of Bigfoot. I mean, in reality, if Bigfoot shows up at your house, I mean, you expect him to cuddle with him? No, you're expecting him to rip you in half and eat you. I mean, if that's what Bigfoot is supposed to do, right? I mean, why should he like the tip of the Bigfoot comes out looking more like Bob Saget. You know, I mean, I don't think he will because he doesn't have to play with that.
All right, sorry about that.
You know what I mean?
All right. I got the beans on. Coffee beans.
Well, at least we got 2 people here. 3 if you count Husky. This
That's
is
right.
funny.
I'm here too.
Judy's here too.
Oh, Judy's there too.
Well, there goes the neighborhood.
That's right.
Don't make me get a yard stick.
Well, I was beginning to tell you that I have a new project coming up.
So what's your new project?
A 1921 Model T depot hat.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna stop sharing. It's too loud.
You know, I'm not sure if it's ever or nothing, but I mean, if he's running at all, I might say, oh, I'm sorry.
Apparently, another gentleman had started it, and he lost interest in it or whatnot. My brother-in-law bought it, trucked it up from Florida, and he says, okay, can you put this together?
So what are you gonna get it together?
Oh, you better believe I'm going to get it together. That's my cup of tea. I love the old brass era autos.
Yeah.
I really do.
How long
And
do you think?
once I get into it and get onto it, it'll probably take me about, I'm going to say about 8 weeks.
Really? That's not bad though.
No, it's pretty far along the way, okay, of the restoration. The whole wooden body is all done.
Uh-huh.
The seats are all done. There's some damage in shipping I have to correct for the woodwork.
Okay.
Then I have to go ahead and sand, primer, and paint the fenders and take out all the dings and stuff like that out of them. And basically get that all taken care of. And then it's nuts and bolts.
Now, are you gonna? Oh, I just hit myself in the nuts with this cord. Oh, I was flinging up the iron and the cord went. Damn.
You're supposed to wear an apron for a reason.
I have an apron on, but it still hurt.
It's supposed to be a leather apron.
Oh no, I don't have a leather apron. This is actually. I love this apron. I don't know if you can see it that well, but my wife and my daughter, someone got it for me for Christmas, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it. This thing is stinky. It's painty. It's dusty. It's serving its purpose.
Oh, yeah. Somebody would like to say hello, guys.
What's that?
A fat cat.
Oh, kitty, 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 kitty.
Yeah, this kitty cat is 28 pounds.
Really?
Yeah, he fat.
So it's funny.
Fat.
There's a lumber yard that I go to here by my house, and they have a black cat there. And it's such a people-friendly cat. Everybody that walks into the door, it runs up to them and it wants love. And when I sit down on the chair to talk to them, it jumps on my lap and sit there and pet them. I like cats. We've never had one. My wife is actually allergic to cats.
Ah,
This is another cat for them.
well, I got my other animal here. Oh, God. Come on, Bella.
Bread.
Oh, nice.
This is my little dog with a
Right.
big attitude. This is
Yeah.
Bella.
Bread.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we
Then
had,
I got two other dogs that have smaller attitudes, but they're much bigger.
we
I'm
had
sure
a,
you've seen them in the shorts.
We had a German Shepherd for years. He was the smartest, dumbest dog you've ever known.
Yep.
And we ended up having to put him down because he got really, really, really sick. And it just about killed us. I don't know if we'll ever get another dog. It was horrible. He was my bike riding buddy. I'd go for bike rides and
Yeah.
he would ride along with me he would walk along with me. And yeah, I don't know if we're ready for that yet.
I went ahead and
I don't know where it went.
let's see. It tore me up when I had rescued a cockerdoodle from the shelter.
Yeah.
And Curly was the absolute perfect dog for the house and my wife. He really was. Good natured.
Let me say hello to Chris Jenkins real quick.
All
Hey,
right.
Chris, thank you for hello, and thank you for your donation. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Awesome. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't want him to feel ignored.
No, this dog was just absolutely perfect in every way. Okay. He would actually, if he was going to have an accident in the house, he would actually go jump in a bathtub to do it.
What?
Yes.
Rusty don't even jump in the bathtub when he's about to have an accident.
Mm-mm. Never.
So that's the way that dog was. And we didn't have him put down. He just turned around, walked up to my wife's feet one day, laid down, and he was gone.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, we were on vacation with him when it happened.
That's horrible.
Yeah. But when we got over him, we went and got these other 3 dogs because the next vacation, about a year later, we lost our other guy, Mocha, who was a Lhasa Apso. We had him put down because he was supposed to only be about 13, 14 years old when I took him to have him put down. And he was another rescue animal. It turns out that he was already 16 years old when we got him from the pound.
Oh, wow.
So the dog was 21 years old. And there was just like nothing left to him.
Yeah, that's a surprise. Our dog,
Yeah.
Troop was, I think, 7 or 8 years old. And like I said, you'd sit out here, you could play catch with him. He just always wanted to go for walks, go for bike rides. He was high energy, but man, he was about, I'd say 95 to 100 pounds. And he was 95, 100 pound lap dog. I mean, he would get up on your lap on the chair. He'd sit there, he'd lay on you. And he was protective. Boy, was he protective. And to my daughter, if a guy was walking by my daughter and he got a bad sense, he would let her know.
Yep.
You stay away from him.
Yeah, I know how that goes. I myself have a 168-pound lap dog. Yokai. The Great Pyrenees.
Nice. So, hey, very nice. I'm going to say this wrong, but I know who you are. Bragg Woodworking. Give me 1 second. I need to make you a moderator. Because everybody is a moderator on this channel. And we had talked about having him come on to one of the lives on Thursday night. But I know he's doing some changing around to his shop. So in the future, maybe he comes on. So if you want to share your link, please do. Go right ahead. You're
Hey,
more than welcome to share your link in here.
What is what?
What's up, Chris Jenkins? Hey, Spragg. Yeah, that's Spragg, I believe.
Yep. And this isn't our normal live. This is just kind of a cleaning the shop live, hanging out. Our normal live is on Thursday night.
So I built some more of these plant stands. Let me
I took my medicine for poison ivy. Whatever it is.
Is it the time for
What are you working on there, Rusty?
Yeah, because I got
so it's hanging plant stands. They sit on the
Right.
floor and
The other one has a hole in it. Put a hole in it. Yeah.
Thank you for
This
sharing
one's
that, thanks, Chris.
quite finished. It's got to get a hole put in it so you can hang a plant from it. But
Awesome. I'm glad we did. My name is
That's a good
Delaney,
idea. I like that.
and a lot of people say it wrong. So I feel really bad if I pronounce somebody else's name wrong. So I really try to get it right.
Oh.
So, but I appreciate you being here. Right now, Rusty's working on some planners, and
no, not planters, hanging plant stands.
hanging plant stands. And I am unsuccessfully trying to roll up some edge banding. And yeah, I'm excited if you come on. That would be great. Once you get your chop up, awesome. Show it off, Rusty. What are you showing?
Hold on, let me see if the other camera would do better. Anyway, I wanted to use a laptop, but it's dead. But so I'm on my phone. I can't hardly see any comments or anything. But anyway, so that's the. I still got to put feet on this front one. The back one, other than painting, is finished. I got little feet on it.
Rusty, is that made by 2x2 or split down 2x4s?
So I did decide that everybody does theirs a little different. Some people just use a 1x4 to run down the side. I did 2 2x2, 1.5 by 1.5, whatever. The railings, you can buy them like 80 cents a piece. You get them in a bundle. And it's a 2x8 on bottom, and then a 2x4, and then them two run up, and a 1x6 here, and then just a 2x4 on top. You hang the plant in there, and it hangs. I made my mom one. It says "Welcome" across here, but you can personalize it with anything. You could write in people's names. The Smiths, the Joneses,
That's pretty neat.
whatever. And it's not my idea. I seen it and I added my own spin on it. I ain't seen anybody make them with the rails. It's usually just a 1x4 on either side.
Yeah. You know what else would be neat? You know what
What's
else
that?
would be neat on that? Is if you turned around and put some penning wire in that big void open area and made a little planter tray in the bottom, let somebody grow some sort of climbing vegetation up it.
Yeah, that'd be
awesome. Kind of like what we do for our garden troughs.
right.
Yeah, you'll be seeing
And anyway,
that
that just
this season.
that just sits on your porch, out by your front door or whatever. And
Yeah, that's actually pretty neat. I like that. I like that a lot.
It I don't know. I'm going to batch make about 4 of them and take them down to consignment shop and see if I can, get $45, $50 for them.
Well, that's not bad. That's a good idea. How much do you
it's
think
always
you have
worthwhile to try.
into material?
Not much. I mean, a 2x4, this is This is a little less than 2 foot. This is a little over 2 foot. So, you know, you can get 4 pieces out of that easy. The 1x8 is 27 inches wide, I believe. 27. So you can get, if you made them 2 foot, I thought about making them 2 foot, then you could get 4 pieces out of a 2x8, you know, 8 foot long.
Right.
But I think it's too narrow. But I mean, you know, so you can get 3 pieces on the bottom out of a 2x8 by 8, and then you got a little strap left over. And then these
Mike
things are
Danish.
like 80 cents a piece for a 36-inch. It's you know, railing for your deck or whatever.
Yeah.
The
Mike
upright.
Stanifer says his nephew makes something like that, and that they're nice. Those are nice.
And then a 1x6, 8 foot long, however much that is.
Nice.
All right, I got my coffee back.
Screws and glue
Yep.
in time.
Making me want to go get some coffee.
Hey, it's always good stuff to have coffee. Doesn't matter what time of day or night.
I know.
I know. But y'all are gonna see a video of this nice looking table that I got. It should be coming up in a day or so.
Yeah.
That table is actually nice looking. Is that your workshop table?
Yeah, so there will be a build video and a review of that table on Deland's channel.
Nice.
Monday, I think he said. Monday, possibly
Monday or
Tuesday.
Tuesday. I sent the link off to the company today. So I'm going to give him a day or two to respond. And if he doesn't respond to me by Tuesday, it's going to go live Tuesday.
It's got a power strip on the end of it. It's got this pretty good sized drawer. I'd say the drawer's 40 inches wide by a foot deep by 4 inches high. It's, you know, it's all right.
So
And the
little
legs are
backstory.
adjustable. The legs
Little
are
backstory
adjustable.
to that.
Yeah, there is a little bit of a story to it. And then I just made it where I could roll it around.
Hey, I like things on wheels, especially with
Yeah.
a small shop.
My next project is going to be putting that table saw on a little cart like that, and so I can move it around. I'd like to make it about the same height as that table, so I can use the table as a feed, you know, off feed or whatever the hell it's called table.
Yeah. Mike Stanifer said that his father-in-law would drink coffee all the time. And that's me. I can drink coffee whenever, but seeing as how it's 10 to 9, I'm not going to make a pot right now.
10 of 9.
There's my juju.
I'm looking over at my 15 cup coffee pot right now. I got maybe another 2/3 cup of coffee left in it for me. But take a look at the size of my coffee cup.
I mean,
There
that's
you
a
go.
respectable coffee cup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. It's not like one of the little
that's
small.
about 40 ounces.
42.
There you go. I mean, I just never got used to coffee. I can drink coffee, but then it makes me poop. There's that.
Those are called colon cleansers.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm a Coke, and my recent kick is I've been making my own Kool-Aid because I'm tired of spending so much damn money on Cokes and shit. And you can make good sugar-free Kool-Aid. You know, with I can't have sugar because I got the diabetes. But yeah, you can make a gallon of Kool-Aid for a third of the price of 12 packs of Coke.
I used to go ahead and I admit I'm a bit of a soda jerk myself. Okay, but
Have a
I've
good night.
actually
Thank you
cut
for
that
coming
down to
in.
nothing. Okay, I've cut that down to almost nothing.
So
And
I'm gonna show you guys something. Sold on myself. I'm not sure. I hope Old Pat jumps in, but I got this in the mail today. I'm not sure what to do with it. So Old Pat sent me this really cool.
Yeah.
oh, that needs to get hung up on the wall.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
gonna get hung up.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
The problem
Yeah.
I have is,
Yeah, I knew that was coming for a while.
Where?
yeah, I want to put a hanger on it.
No, don't
What?
put a hanger on it. Do you have a handheld plunge router?
Yeah.
Put a keyhole in the back of it.
I was thinking about that, but like, yeah, either that or I'm lazy. So I drilled a hole and countersunk a hole through this flag and this and that because when I'm working over here, I hit this wall and everything falls off of it if it's not attached. So I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to attach this, but it's really beautiful.
I would do a
Hey.
couple of keyholes, put it right over a stud, and drop it down. And the other thing that you could do is if you don't want to put a keyhole slot on the wood itself,
Yeah.
is on Amazon, they have the round disc keyhole slots that you could just screw to the back of it and still drop it on the same way. That will secure it
Good
to the
idea.
wall and it won't show to the front.
And
Hey,
thank you,
Delaney.
Christian, because
Yeah.
a subscriber, a viewer, and a friend of ours sent this to me. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. That's not something that you want to drill a hole through.
No, that's why I was kind of
Delaney,
what?
what would you charge me to make an American flag? What happened?
Oh no, he's trying to light us up, I think.
There we go.
There you go.
To make that would fit right here.
Sure, you'd have to give me some measurements for that.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a 1x6, so it's 5.5 inches wide and what's that? 20.
I think it's 24.
It's a little less than 24 on the outside, so it's what, inch and a half.
Hey,
So
Kevin, how's
it's
it going?
probably.
So here's my worry about that,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just being honest with you. I don't care if
Yeah.
I'm making it; I'll make it.
Yeah.
With it being that long and that narrow, I think it's going to look cattywampus because there's 13 stripes in a flag,
Right.
and your stars go from top to the seventh.
Well, all right. Well, think of it this way. You know how you see other stuff. It ain't got to have all the stars, and it ain't got to have all the stripes. If I was to just take this and paint this part blue and put a few stars in here, and then paint red and white stripes, that would give you the idea of the American flag, and it would be.
Yeah,
I may just do that. I may just do
that would
that.
probably be better. You're better off.
Yeah.
It's either that or possibly two decals of the American flag and a Spirit of 76 or something else on there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Or if you're going to do
Yeah.
it, you could do it on the vertical hang as if they were hanging inside of a building and have the American flag prominent in the center. And
Right.
have each branch of service on either sides of it.
There you go. That's another good idea.
I'm always good with ideas. It's the follow through that I lack.
Yeah, that's where I fall short. Oh my
Hey,
God.
John came up with a good idea. He goes, you could put the American flag in and the state flag in it. So you could do like two flags right there if you want.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah. American flag on this side and whoever's on that side. Because you gotta have a hole here to hang the plant from.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
either a hole or at least screwed into the bottom of that 1x4, some sort of an
Yeah, you could do that. You could put an eye bolt in there.
Let me say hi to everybody. So Mike is making stuff. Mike, the link is pinned. If anybody wants
man.
to jump on screen,
Jump in here.
yep, you guys are more than welcome. This is kind of an open chat night. I'm just cleaning the garage, so pop on in.
Give me that phone. I'm gonna walk over here and show them the one I made, Mom. I know Dwayne's seen it, but
that came up nice. So Mike is making stuff. Hello, Kevin. John. Hello. Mike
Hello,
Stanford. Chris Jenkins.
Hello, Mike.
yeah.
So
Gotta
Chris, they're right. Why don't you start a channel? Do some of your welding, and if you get into woodworking, welding and woodworking go very well together.
Oh,
In
yeah.
my opinion. So if you decide to start a channel and do something,
Hey, Rusty, who's that little pup there?
help you. And yes, Kevin, you missed Fred. He was here for a little bit. He's going to try and come back on Thursday.
Nice. That looks real nice, Rusty.
Yeah, it says welcome on there, but the light's
Yeah,
kind
I
of
see
washing
it.
it out.
That's
But,
it.
yeah,
Yeah, that looks nice.
it's me. It's me. I was showing off the plant. I was showing off the planter.
Oh,
She's coming out with 12 gauge. Who's at my door?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
that
what
must
we
be
need to
Ma's
see.
old square body step side.
That's what we need to see. Rusty getting blown away live on YouTube.
Yeah, this is the 73 first year. It was a farm truck. It's got 23,000 original miles on it.
Oh, that's not even broke in.
I know, but it did a lot of idling and stuff in its time, and we replaced the bed was completely gone, and we put
As they all are.
oak in the bed, and the dash is shot from the sun, but
I've had my fair share of those trucks.
it's got the little straight six in it, and that it runs like a damn sewing machine. You can't even hardly hear it run.
If I'm correct, that should be a 250 straight six.
I think it is.
So
Yeah.
since you can't see chat, Chris Jenkins says that's really good, Rusty. Really nice. And Mike is making stuff says, Rusty, I'm going to give you my idea. A simple red, white, and blue color scheme. And if you can do words, then add God shed his grace on thee.
Nice.
And then Kevin Durek
That's neat.
said that he
That's
would
a good
buy
idea.
it.
The other thing
Cool.
you can do is put the two eye hooks in it and then have different signs that you hang below it.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, you could do that too. Hell yeah, I didn't even think about other little signs hanging there.
Yeah. That would work.
Good idea. Hell yeah. Oh. There's a huge ass beetle flying around here.
Is it George or Ringo?
It's Ringo, definitely Ringo.
he's drunk and upside down.
I had to do it.
I know. I gotta turn this back around where I can see the thing and the thing with the thing.
The thing with the thing and the thing, huh?
Oh,
Exactly.
Heather B is here. Hi, Heather. How are you?
Heather B.
I'm
There,
gonna
now I can see.
set this up for a minute, guys. Under the light. I don't know if you can see this, guys. Okay. See that lamp post there? And that 2x4?
Hold on a
Solo.
second.
Here, let me solo it. Boom. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
White fence in the background is my neighbor's property. Okay. But
Right.
I have all the trellis work here on the 4x4s and 2x4s for the garden.
Right.
This is all my vegetable garden I'm starting up already here. I'll come back and show it to you better in the summer once it all fills in. But that's what we do. We grow our cucumbers, our bitter melon, our chili pepper, my wife's cocoon, green beans, and all that stuff right there, right outside the kitchen door.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
So I don't have much of a garden yet, but I normally put a garden in. We're going to work on that. But last year I grew garlic and saved a lot of the bigger garlic bulbs and ended up planting 27 bulbs that I saved. And luckily we've got 27 bulbs coming up. So ideally what I'm going to do is the biggest bulbs I'm going to save for like garlic seed. And then through time, they should all start coming out big heads.
Do you do a lot of scallion in
No,
your cooking for your wife?
no, we have trying to think of those little onions that you cut, chives. We have chives.
Yeah.
But now when the garlic it's just thinking about it. Shoots, yes. When the garlic shoots come out, I cut them up like green onions and chives and stuff like that and use them in cooking, yes.
Well, what we do is whenever we'll buy at the beginning of the season, our scallions or green onions. We'll
Right.
cut the ends off of it. And we'll plant the ends that have the root because they will regrow and reroot. And you'll get more.
Nice.
We take our onions that are starting to go bad and starting to shoot. We'll plant them and we'll get full-size onions also. I have a pot over here of all of our spoiled potatoes that we're doing potatoes. So it's instead of wasting it or whatnot, we're growing it for the season.
Right.
And then of course we have over here to my right, I have 14 jalapeno peppers going. I have Thai chilies and I have long hots.
Nice.
Then in the back I have habanero and ghost chili.
So I just bought some habanero and some jalapeno.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to make some hot honey. Dad's Workshop. Hello. Thank you for being here. Josh Fritz, I believe I saw you here. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I really got into like medicinal honey, like garlic fermented honey and hot honeys and lemon fermented honey. And last year I made some hot honey. Didn't come out quite like I wanted it. I wanted it a little bit more spicy, and it got a little bit too watery from the water content in the vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to try and fix that this year so it's more of a thicker consistency. But
when you puree your chilies, put them in a cheesecloth. Hang the cheesecloth over a bowl.
okay,
Let it drain out. Then put them in it.
got them.
Do that for like about 2 days.
Yeah, normally I just chop them up, remove the seeds, and put them right into the honey and let it ferment.
Leave the seeds. That adds flavor.
Leave the seeds.
That's where the heat comes from.
Okay.
It comes from the seeds and it comes from the white veins.
Okay. I think my mic died.
I made a mistake. I made a mistake one year. You know how a jalapeno will change from green to red?
Yeah.
Do not bite into it while it's during that change.
Why is that?
Let's put it this way. It lit me up. And it lit me
Okay.
up. Just something at that change peak where they're just really super spicy. And I
Well, that's
don't know.
where I want them.
Yeah. Well, when you go ahead and brush your hair with, and you got long hair and you brush your hand through your hair and it all falls out from one chili pepper, that's a little bit much.
Well, there you go.
Even my ghost chilies don't do that to me.
So Kevin goes, root vegetables always regrow, but garlic is like a tulip and needs to be frozen. You're right. That's why they tell you to plant them
In the
in
winter.
the fall. Cover them, and then they come up in the spring, which, yes.
All right.
Plant
The
Plan
problem
for
I
the
have with these, I can't reverse them
I'll be right back.
All right.
because it pushes it out. It doesn't. It won't let you clean the hole out.
What you mumbling about there, Russ?
I'm putting a hole in. I put the feet on it, and then I'm putting a hole in it here.
Yep.
Am I poking through yet?
Yeah.
I don't see it. You haven't hit me in the head with it yet.
Can you hear me any better?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
We could hear you the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. but
We even
I
heard
just
that
had-
duck you stepped on.
That was my fart. Yeah, if you heard that, my mic's working because I did fart. I'll say that.
Like I said, I heard that duck you stepped on.
I will own with pride every duck. But you know what's funny? When we're doing the lives on Thursday, I'll be sitting here in the chair and I'll let one go and I'll be like, oh, I hope they didn't hear that. Someone please talk. Someone please talk.
Well, it happens. We're all human.
Oh, yeah.
I
For sure.
think the best one I ever did is I was on a live. I went to stand up and my back popped on me.
Your
And
what?
my back popped.
Oh,
Okay, my
okay.
back cracked, but it popped and it popped loud. And it was one of these things that when I had to do it, I had to take a second and regain composure. And I could almost not stand up, but I couldn't sit back down again either.
Oh, wow.
And everybody's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah." But then again, with everything I've done to myself in the past, I've gotten used to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, somebody who's broken their back 8 times, their neck twice, they're going to have some snaps, crackles, and pops.
For sure.
So I keep laughing and joking with everybody, and I keep telling them, I'm not in bad shape for the shape done on me.
Right.
So when I die, I'm going to donate my body to science fiction. They won't believe it either.
That's funny.
We'll go for a walk.
It's dark. No.
Did I say walk?
Is Rusty afraid of the dark?
Why do you want to walk?
Because I'm bored. My phone.
I
Am I afraid of the dark?
I cheat.
Yeah.
No,
You don't
the
want to go for a walk.
way people drive around here, you don't want to be doing that.
Mike said, "Get a room."
get out, Mike.
Hold on.
So, hey, Rusty.
I was smooching on Judy.
Oh, yeah, get a room.
Yeah, get a room.
Get over it. We've
So-
been married 30 years. We just rarely feel like it.
That's
Get a room or head out behind the wood pile.
That's it.
You were asking about colors. This
Yeah.
moss green is actually a pretty cool color. I like the way that comes out.
Be nice if I could see it.
Trying
You got to
to get in
back
this
up a
light.
little bit. There you go.
But like I said, it'd be
Okay.
nice if I could see the color. You know why?
Oh, yeah.
I don't see red
Good.
and green.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. So yeah, I like
fans
that.
only page, Rusty. Whatever. That's right, Mike. Mike, why are you making stuff? Why are you not in here?
Because he doesn't like coming on my lives.
I kept missing his.
Hey, Mike always has a good live.
He
He's got
does.
a sense of humor. Come on in, Mike. Come on, Mike. We need to get Booger Mallet in here.
Oh, booger mallet.
Hey, Rusty.
Yeah,
Or heirloom white. It's like an off-white.
Come here, young.
yeah.
It's really nice.
Come here, buddy.
Oh, he's eating and raising hell with the maintenance guy. All right. Well, I'm gonna run down to the house and grab me two Cokes and so I got something to drink. I'll be back shortly. I'll remove myself from stage here.
Okay. Yeah, so I've been pretty much working on giveaway stuff all day.
Is that a
And
Ryobi router table back there?
yes.
Got a question for you.
What's that?
Can you do a running dovetail on a piece of 3/4 inch wide with that?
So here's my answer. I don't know. Because if there's one thing that I would love to do is learn how to do dovetails. And I actually have a dovetail jig down there from Harbor Freight that I've never taken out. I've taken it out once and can't really figure it out. And that is one thing that one day when I get some time, I'm going to get on YouTube and I'm going to figure out how to use the jig.
Okay. Well, I know that there's a dovetail bit.
Yes.
Okay, to fit, so you can just router them in. And what it is there's a little collar that follows that template, because that's what it is, basically a template.
Mm-hmm.
You put the board in one way, we'll cut the fingers. You put another board in the opposite way, and we'll cut the tails. Okay,
Yeah.
That's what makes the joint.
Gotcha.
So one of the things I'm doing with this Model T restoration, I was reading that Henry Ford had his cabinet makers, when they made the bodies, do running dovetails, like a tongue and groove type setup, in order to anchor the floorboards together for the bodies to end up with a solid floor.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
And that's one of the things I was looking at. Now, one of the other things I have to deal with this thing is, I'm not sure how familiar you are with the front end body assembly of these wooden built Model Ts and stuff like that. But the window frame, the top sash during shipping got broken out.
Oh, okay.
And the guy that was doing this restoration biscuit jointed it, and the biscuits broke.
Oh.
And it also took some of the wooden splinter out of it. He used the expanding Gorilla Glue, wood glue,
Mhm.
okay, epoxy glue, And there is nothing that I know of that will loosen that stuff up without destroying the rest of the finish.
No, Gorilla Glue is meant to stay. It's not meant to.
You can't
Yeah.
even
Now,
remachine that biscuit slot.
I'm wondering how he did his biscuits, because really biscuit joining is one of the strongest joints. And if you do it right, those aren't coming. Those shouldn't break.
I think what happened is when he put it together and they stacked it inside the trailer, he didn't stack it flat. And he also didn't tell the shipping company that the body was just sitting on the frame, not bolted in place. Everything shifted and that broke.
Gotcha. Hold on 1 second. So John says, do the dovetails live and YouTube and make it a group project, pass or fail. That's a good idea.
That
That's
is.
a good idea. Maybe one day I'll grab this thing and get it out and see if I can get it tuned up and
Yeah.
just go at it. Have people laugh at me. But
Hey,
I
it's all
can tell
good
you,
laugh.
what's that?
It's all for a good laugh.
It's all for a good laugh. But now back to the Ryobi router table. To be honest with you, I like it. It has worked very well for me. The Ryobi router that I bought with it, I think it came with it. No, they were separate. It has been consistent for me. It does very well on, like your pines and stuff like that. But now if you get into your harder woods, I think it's the bits. My bits are probably getting too dull. Sometimes it burns it, but I can't complain about it. It's done well for whatever I've needed it to do. For sure.
Now, let me ask you something else with your bits. If you've been doing a lot of pine, do you take them and soak them in any type of acetone or anything to remove the pitch off the bits? That will burn your wood too.
No, I haven't. So I don't soak anything. It's why would you?
Yeah.
Why do you soak it?
Well, when you work with a soft wood that's really sappy like pine,
Mhm.
you end up with pitch getting burnt onto the bit. So if you soak it and clean that pitch off, it will still function a little bit better than if you just left that on there.
Never tried that.
Yeah, that's something
Never
you might
tried
want to
that
look
at all.
into. Yeah, you might want to look into that.
Yeah, I may do that, because normally. Now let me get this straight. You're saying on the bit, it will gum up the bit.
Yes, exactly.
I have to be honest with you. I've never looked for it, but I have never noticed that happening on any of my bits. And when you go to use a bit, I always feel them, look at them, make sure they're not chipped or anything. And I've never noticed that.
Yeah, I've noticed it a couple times, especially when I'm milling my own fresh cut chainsaw wood, as I call it.
Mhm.
Okay, they'll get a lot of bit,
Well, and that might be the difference. I'm not
that might be.
doing.
Because
I'm not
I know
doing.
you're probably using pine bought from Lowe's and Home Depot and stuff.
Yep.
But you got to remember, there still is some wet sap in that wood.
Right.
Not as much. And poplar, if you build with a lot of poplar, is not that sappy of a wood versus knotty pine or something like that.
Let me say hello to somebody that just popped in. Pine and Oak Woodworks just popped in. How you doing? Thank you for being here. And
Pine and
I'm
Oak.
going to make you a moderator so you can share your channel link.
Huh?
So Pine and Oak Woodwork, share your channel. I know there's only like 9 people in here, but this isn't our normally scheduled live, so I didn't expect a lot of people. But still, if you can pick up 1 or 2 subs off of who's here, share away, buddy. All right.
Hey,
Phone's got to plug in there.
I am always more than willing to go ahead and sign up to somebody else's channel, especially when they sign up to mine.
Don't worry
Yeah.
about what I do.
Me
I'm
too.
right now-
I try to
think right
sign
now-
up to as many people as I can.
Yeah. I'm like, right now, I think 858 subs on my channel. But I've
So
been at
you're
it for
almost
4
a-
years.
You're almost
Huh?
a doctor.
I'm almost to 1,000, but I don't have my hours up yet either.
See, that's my type of mathematics. You're at 848, and my mind goes, that's almost 1,000. Not
Yes.
that's blah 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 blah. Hold on. Deland, you take this as my say of doing things, not saying the right way. I will put water and Dawn dish soap in a pot. Throw my oh, you said bits. Okay. Bits and blades in and boil them. Boy, I'm glad I clarified that because at first I thought you were going to say you threw your balls in. That got me a little scared.
Well, it'll work for them too, I guess.
I mean, if you're throwing your balls in a pot of water with Dawn dish soap and boiling them, you may have a problem. Old Pat, my friend. I saw Old Pat in here, didn't I?
Yeah, I just usually take a little bit of either acetone or gasoline or whatever solvent that I have, soak them for a few minutes, blow them off, let them dry, and I'm good to go.
Gotcha. So,
Especially if they have that guide bearing on them or the roller bearing, you want to go ahead and relubricate that when you're done. You don't want to use water with those bearings.
right.
Okay.
All right. So my friend Old Pat is here. He must have heard me talking about him earlier. So I'm glad he's here. I'm going to show this and then ask him, see what he thinks, and go from there. Solo myself. So Old Pat was nice enough to make this for me. And it's awesome. It's amazing. I love it. And I've got to figure out how to hang it. So Old Pat, how would you like me to hang this? And thank you very much for this. I don't know if you guys can see it because it's dark in here, but it's a really cool sign with the channel's name on it. And it's beautiful. I really love it. But I would like to put it on the wall. Don't want to drill a hole through it. Thinking about putting a hanger on it. What do you think? I know Small Woodlot mentioned putting a keyhole slot in it, but I kind of don't want to cut it. Yeah, keyhole slot. Everybody's saying a keyhole slot. I think a keyhole slot's going to be it. The only thing. Yeah. Keyhole slot may be it.
I think that's going to be your best bet is a keyhole. Whether you run the keyhole slot vertically or horizontally, I think that's the way to go.
Gotcha.
All right, I'm going to try to get flopped over here.
All right. Hey, James, how's it going? Glad to see you made it. Tooth hanger, sawtooth hanger. I don't have a sawtooth hanger. See, the only problem that I have is I'm gonna bring you guys over here real quick, or you can see it. I'll solo myself. So what I would like, and really put some thought into this. So this is the original flag Agree, closer. This is the original flag that I made with a Dremel tool. This is the one I made with the angle grinder. And that's a carving that one of my first carvings. So I want to put this someplace kind of like with my stickers. So when I'm doing videos, you're going to be able to see it. Now, I'm thinking about moving this one down and putting this in its place, which I'm completely fine with. The problem I have is I'm working over here. These are actually screwed to the wall. Because if they're not screwed to the wall, they're getting knocked down, they're getting broke. Just from wood, tools, everything. So I don't really want to drill a hole through it, but yet I want it to be secure to where it doesn't fall. And I don't know as if a keyhole is going to keep it secure enough if I bump into it or hit it. I don't know.
I wouldn't put it down that low. What I would do is I'd probably put it up there next to your, what my mother would call the old bone saw. Okay, right above your stickers. Yes.
Yeah.
Right next to that. And above the other one, and have it in there nice and tight. Because you got to remember, when you tighten your screws into the wall, you go for your keyhole slot depth, and then you back out maybe an eighth of a turn or so to go ahead and give you just enough slot to go ahead and slide down on there. And if you run your keyhole a little bit longer, then it won't bounce out of there because of it being too shallow.
Gotcha.
So instead of having like a 3/4 inch keyhole slot, you run an 1.25 inch keyhole slot.
Gotcha.
So it'll be 1.25 inch long. Now, I don't think you'll have an issue with that popping out of there.
So Mike is making stuff. I mean, you bring up a great point, but a lot of times when I start my videos, I start them here so you can see the American flag. You can see the stickers. You can see more of this work area. And when I'm working, a lot of times
You
my
turn
table
down.
is here. So you're getting here. You're not going to see it, I don't think, as much over there. Where when I first started doing my videos, you're right. I started them like this.
Yeah.
So that you would have seen it. But since I'm trying to change up the angles, I think this is a much better shot. So yes, above the stickers. Would that be too high? All right, I'll figure it out. Amy Joe. Ladies and gentlemen,
What's up, old Path?
we
y'all hear
have
me?
a special guest in the chat today. Please welcome the one and the only, the marvelous, the fantastic, the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious
Check.
Amy Joe. Yeah, I can hear you, Rusty. I was just having like a moment there with the computer and stuff.
Okay. Trying to figure it out.
I can hear you.
All right.
Use some black
Guess
sheet
I'm
rock screws
lagging a little bit.
in the corners. All right.
All right. My microphone is muting me for some reason.
Does anybody want to jump into chat with us on screen? Because the link is pinned. You're more than welcome. Old Path, Mike, Dad's Workshop, whoever. Amy Joe, if you're up for it, you probably won't be here that long, but still. We have plenty of room, and we're just hanging out. I'm cleaning the shop. because I have to start cutting molding tomorrow. So I'm subbed
I'm just
to
thinking,
Small Woodlot and Deland, Professor Rusty. What channel can send me a link? So Mike is making stuff. Amy Joe, if you have not subbed to Amy Joe on the road, let me give you Old Path. If you have not subbed to Old Path, go to Old Path. Give me a second to look up Amy Joe's channel. I still got Bear in the background playing.
Pine and Oak Woodworks. You said, Professor Rusty, what's your channel? It's Professor Rusty's Workshop. I'm not really doing a whole lot over there. I've been doing stuff over here with Deland. We do the lives and stuff. And I made a video to go on Deland's channel, which will come out Monday or Tuesday. Which I'm kind of iffy on it. I like parts of it. I don't like other parts, but I did what I could, you know. It was
He did a really good job
love.
on it. He did a really good job on it, and I appreciate it. But hopefully Rusty will start putting on his own videos.
I appreciate it.
So, and there's Amy Joe. You definitely want to sub to her because she does fantastic. Fantastic. All right, Amy Joe, see you later. Be safe on the road.
Be careful out there, Amy Joe.
yep,
Be
don't need
careful.
nobody getting hurt. Don't want to hear about
Or
it.
tell Joe or
There we go. All right. Will I put in Bearded Vikings? Yeah, give me 1 second.
Bearded Viking is a good guy to watch.
Yeah, no, I have no problem with Bearded Viking. He's a very good guy.
Language can be a little coarse for younger audiences, but other than that, no problem with his content. And I try to keep my channel all kid-friendly, family-friendly type
Well.
stuff.
I was in the backyard, just sitting on my tractor and stuff. I'm probably gonna do it again because it's hot upstairs and stuff. So
All right, Mike or Chris.
Yes, here
My
is
boy just came running in.
the Bearded Vikings channel. You can go give him a sub.
he already put it up. Oh, well.
Who did?
I can't see what you're putting on. I can't see any of the chat. I'm on just my phone here, guys. So
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
good job, Cat.
Just gonna say, did you hear that duck?
I just watched my cat swat a moth and caught it. Now he's got the dirtiest look on his face because he ate it.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing, and Kevin, I know you and I have talked. I get it, and I understand, and I don't want to upset anybody, but I want to promote everybody. Everybody has the right to make an opinion on if they like a channel or not. So I understand your case, but at the same time, I want to try and help promote everybody. And if somebody doesn't like somebody, they have the choice to subscribe or
To not go watch them.
Yeah. So
There you go.
yeah, I'm gonna try and help promote everybody. It's got a channel, and it's up to you, the viewer, to make that choice if you want to watch them or not. I'm not going to shit on anybody's Cheerios.
There you go.
That's best way to put it. Okay. I mean, I go ahead and I'm subbed to probably about 300 different channels. It's whatever my fancy is on what I want to
Damn.
watch, I'll go check out the channel.
Yeah.
Like if I want to watch turning, I'll watch turning. If I want to watch cabinet making, I'll watch cabinet making. If I just want to do a live, I'll watch a live. That's all my choice.
Yep.
Everybody's got the same freedoms and choices.
If I want to
Nobody's
watch girls in
pushing anybody's arms.
I'll go to OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I've actually,
Yeah. I'm
believe
sure
it
you
or
would,
not,
Russ.
and I have another
Hey, who
guest.
told you I had that channel, Rusty?
I have a different guest coming on next week, and I'm not going to say who it is. Hold on. You can shit. Hold on. I got to see this. You can shit in a Cheerios. Then you got to stop eating spicy. Oh, if you can shit in a Cheerios, you got to stop eating spicy foods. So,
That ain't gonna happen.
yeah, I love spicy food. And I've got pretty good control. Got pretty good control. I could probably hit a Cheerio. And when you were younger, all right, now I don't want to go. I'm not gonna go that area. We're good. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. I did not. And Kevin, you know, I did not see that live, and I know we had talked about it. And you know, I don't know.
You know, if
So we have a guest coming
if
up.
I left every time my wife told me to F off, you know.
Speaking of the different channels that we watch, I've actually been watching some crafting channels. Has nothing to do with woodworking.
Broadening
And
your horizons.
yes, and it's really funny because I mean these ladies that I've been watching, they do some fantastic work. They go through and they mix up resin. Now, not resin like we think of it as in, you know, oh, we got a cracked piece of wood. We're going to make this look really cool. And we're going to pour resin in it and then finish it. They pour like molds and make things out of it. And it's been really interesting to watch. So more to come on that, but we may have a little bit of a different guest next week.
Cool.
So yeah, I'm trying to get different guests. And you know what? I know it may hurt views. It may not hurt views. It may do good for views. But when we speak about the makers community, you know, this community, if somebody pours a resin mold, well, they're a maker too.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so I want to be able to have everybody in, you know, that way, you know, it's a true community. It's just not chainsaw carvers, you know, woodworkers, you know, hell, welders. Let's get some welders in here that show some stuff. It helps everybody and it broadens everybody's, you know, horizon. And,
Yeah.
you know, you may pick up ideas of something that you might want to do.
You know, that's very funny that you're saying it like that.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
go relax on the front porch. Send me a text when you want to come back in.
I've always tried to have a very broad mind about things I get into. Okay. And I've found out that has served me well by having a broad mind. Okay. I grew up in the 1980s. I worked as an automotive technician for Cadillac. Joined the Marine Corps. I was in the Marines for 6 years. Left the Marine Corps, came out, I worked in a machine shop. Left the machine shop. Went back to working, turning wrenches on cars. Left that. Then I was working in a metal shop making lamps for Genie House lanterns for 3-4 years. Left that. Okay. These are all things, all crafts that have, how shall I say it, help me understand how things go together and how things work.
Mhm.
Then I worked 12 years as a commercial industrial electrician. Got into my motorcycle accident where I put the 8th brake in my back and the 2nd one in my neck, and ended up getting married shortly after that.
Yeah.
I went back to construction for a few years till I could not physically do it anymore because of the loads and the weights and everything else I was hauling and carving and carting around, plus the long hours on driving with my territory and everything else. Now I worked as a chicken farmer for a little while, and now I'm maintenance man and custodian at a school. I work on another farm where my sister's place, doing all sorts of odd jobs in it and stuff. Everything from putting up fence posts to restoring cars. It's all these little things that I've picked up and done throughout the years. A lot of it is what people have forgotten. Hold on, I got to take care of the dog.
Yeah.
Hey,
And
get out.
what I'll say real quick is my wife is a huge scrapper booker. She's a huge crafter. And I have mad respect for the talents that she has and what she does. And watching some of these other channels not related to woodworking and stuff, it gives me a whole new respect and outlook for the things that they do. Because they're worried about things like bubbles in the mold. I don't know about bubbles in the mold. I know if I got bubbles in my finish, that I'm screwed. I need to start over. But then watching them and learning, it's been pretty entertaining. So I had to see how much bone I had left.
You got me laughing when we were talking about bubbles in your finish. Okay?
Yeah.
A lot of people think that bubbles in a finish, you got to strip it down back to the wood or bare whatever, and refinish it. A lot of times that is true. Okay? A lot of times
Hey, plywood.
you can wet sand it down and repolish it.
Yes.
Okay? And that's something I learned through automotive detailing. Okay? I went ahead and used to paint cars. I'm colorblind. I paint cars. Okay? And here's the thing. Because I'm deficient in seeing reds and greens, for some reason I'm able to match textures and shades better than the normal person who can see the reds and greens. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I just can't stand being around the fumes.
Gotcha.
That's the reason why I got out of that line of work. Meanwhile, I'm all around gasoline and diesel fuel and God knows what else, but I'm not there 24/7 anymore.
Right.
Okay? So those are all, like I said, you learn these little things through other little things that you do or that somebody else does or whatnot. And that's the blessing. Okay? Now, Delon, let me ask you something.
Yes.
Okay? I have going back to this Model T I'm working on.
Yep.
Where that header piece broke out, okay, there was a splinter of wood about 4 inches long that came off with that Gorilla Glue. I have no idea where that went. Now, if I put the header piece back together and glue it all up, I'm going to have that void. What would your take on being that repair be? How would you handle that?
I think I would try and, with the Gorilla Glue, is it possible to cut a small piece of it out and replace it? Can you find a piece of wood to try and match it the best you can?
That's what I'm thinking about doing. I'm thinking about taking a splinter of wood off a piece of oak that I've remachined, or off a brand new piece of oak. I don't care which. Okay, store bought kiln dried oak. Split that off, put that in there, glue it down after I chisel it smooth. Okay, put it in there, and then just resand it back down, and then possibly polyurethane, and hope for the best match I can get.
Yeah, or could you possibly pre-treat that piece of wood that you're going to use, and then if you stain it, maybe if you pre-treat it, it will take the stain almost equally as the rest of it, because you're probably going to do some type of sanding or prepare that wood. So maybe if you pre-treat it, it might hopefully come out a little bit more even.
Well, from what I can see, the finish that he used on it was a clear polyurethane,
Okay.
which, all honesty, it should have been a shellac. Okay, but he used clear poly. I can understand why. It holds up better to the weather and stuff than shellac does.
Yep.
But I'm not seeing that matching the clear is going to be the issue. What I'm seeing is going to be the issue is actually the filling of the wood where it's chipped out. Okay. So I'm curious if I should
So
just.
it's going to be a little tedious. I mean, and I don't know how big the chip is. And I'm going to let Rusty step in a second. I got to go to the bathroom.
All
But
right.
in a lot of cases, hold on a second. So this is probably not right, but it's what I'm understanding of what you're saying. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna solo myself. So can you see this piece of wood?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I made my wife a rolling baking cart, and this piece got broke off by my dog when I had a dog. She haven't had the heart to try and fix it yet. But if you look,
Yep.
there's a piece missing right here.
Yes.
All right. And you can see a definite color difference from where the piece is missing to where this is.
Yes.
So what I'm going to have to do, because this was routed out,
Yep.
what I will have to do is make a piece a little bit bigger than this, mill it down, cut it out, and try and get it to fit in here the best I can, or cut this in a little bit so it will sit flusher. Not much. So that way when I sand it, it will be about the right size, the depth. Now, also what I do, and you might not want to do this for your car because it's a big difference, but I will save any sanding dust from this,
To mix
and
into
then
the
when I
glue.
glue it around the edges, I will tap in the sanding dust. I've actually did it in a couple videos. That way, when you sand it, the sanding dust will not only take the glue and adhere, but the dust that's in it will
take
pick
the
up the
finish.
stain and the paint.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes, that does make sense. Now, with holding that piece of wood in your hand, you took a 1/4 inch deep chip out of that, about
Mhm.
6 inches long. Okay, what would go near, like the chunk of it would be near a rabbit joint for holding a piece of glass or something like that. That's like what got moved out of it. And I was thinking if I took a router and I ran that edge with a guide wheel, like a 3/8 inch square, and then just chiseled the end of it square and put the wood in there, that would put that in there and then sanded it or shaved it smooth and then filled it that way, that would be
Right.
very noticeable.
So Kevin, in his case, he's talking about doing a repair on a car, and I'll let him explain what he's talking about. In my case, I could probably recreate this piece. Hey, Junes, nice to see you here. But I don't know how I made this. When I made that baking cart, I was just going at it. I didn't keep any dimensions. I didn't keep any sizes, any cuts. I was free cutting. So, while yes, I could probably remake this piece, it would probably be just as easy to cut a little bit out, put a little splice in, paint over it, be done. But his is a little bit different. So I'm going to let you talk about that while I run to use the bathroom. And Junes, glad you're here. Good morning. It's almost nighttime for us. So glad you're here. I'll be
Almost.
back in a couple
What are you
minutes.
talking about? It is night.
Well, yeah, but she's morning. She's in the UK. Right back.
All right. So what do you see in there, Rusty?
I'm trying to. My connection is so bad. I'm trying to figure out why because I have plenty of internet. I guess it's the damn computer or something. I don't know.
Well, I got a storm
I don't
that's
know what's
getting ready
going
to
on.
blow in here. I
I
got
see,
a storm that's going to blow.
Hotspot. I'm having a hot. I got a hotspot off my phone, and it's the computer's connected to the hotspot on the phone. Now, when I do it, I have another phone that I was using earlier connected Wi-Fi, and it was working fine. But I hooked this up, and it's not.
Not
It ain't
liking
doing.
you?
It ain't doing good.
Yeah,
It's not liking
I
me.
understand. Not liking you. Yeah, I don't have another screen where I can follow the chat or anything like that with me. All right, I just have my phone. So other than those planters, what are you working on, Rusty?
Nothing really.
No, just a little tinkering in the shop, huh?
Let's see. All right, I got Task Manager open, Mike. What am I supposed to be looking for?
I know what I'm going to go look for real quick. I'm going to look for a refill.
Oh, sorry about that. Took my microphone off. Figured you didn't want to hear that.
Thank you.
Oh, annoying his wife.
Hey, Bear.
because she called me when I was headed back out.
Bear. I didn't know you went live earlier until after you went live. And someone comes in and says, "Hey, Bear's live." And I was like, "Oh, no." So if you go back to the beginning of this live, I actually streamed your live while I was live. So you actually got more views than you thought you did. It's actually kind of funny. And I was on your chat trying to tell you that I was streaming your live, but you were so focused and dialed in, you couldn't see my chat.
It's the Wi-Fi, Mike, because it's giving me a little low Wi-Fi thing up here in the corner. I don't know. I already closed it.
Move it closer to the house.
It's
See, I would put a Wi-Fi router out in my shed, okay, and run a cable to it, except for one problem. My workshop is so small, I have to go outside and change my mind anyway.
Yes, old Pat.
Yeah.
I did like the rubber stamp.
I mean, I don't know.
Rusty will eat his hat.
Got a little rubber stamp here from old Pat.
Cool.
Nice.
Yep.
Cool. I don't know, Rusty, if you saw what I put in my shed last weekend on any of my channels or anything, but I got that bandsaw that I'm working on right now. And below that, I've got a 10-inch tilting arbor Delta cabinet saw.
So
Cool.
Bear, if I go to Alabama and steal Rusty's hat, I'm not eating it because I don't know what kind of liquids are in that hat. But if I take that hat from him, will you do a third carving?
Now, what's you talking about?
So I don't know if you've seen my post
about me eating my hat.
Yeah, I am doing. I partnered with the Wounded Warrior Foundation. Okay, and I'm doing a fundraiser to try and raise $1,500 for the Wounded Warrior. More if possible. So Bear is saying, and Bear has offered to do a carving, offer up a carving for donation. So we're going to do a live event to where I'm giving away prizes for those people that donate. And Bear has offered a carving. So if Rusty eats a hat, Rusty is going to give, or Bear is going to give 2 carvings towards the cause. So that's really what he's talking about. I'll send 2 carvings if Rusty will take a dump in his hat. Rusty, Bear's got something up with your hat.
I know. He's jealous. It's okay.
I think he's mad because you look at his butt crack so much. So
yes. Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it is. So that's what that whole thing is about. I don't know if you've seen my videos or my posts, but yes, we're doing a fundraiser for the Wounded Warrior Foundation. And actually, I put a post on also. My wife and I have decided that we're going to match dollar for dollar up to $500. So if we get $500 in donations, we're going to put in $500 to make it $1,000. And if we can reach $1,500, that's awesome. It's going to go out on Facebook. I'm going to stream live on YouTube. stream live on Facebook. I'm sharing this on my Facebook page, sharing this throughout YouTube land. And, you know, we're just trying to raise some money and awareness for our wounded veterans and our veterans. That's it. So,
Hey, Delon,
yes.
let me be the first one to say thank you as a veteran for doing this.
Oh,
I think it's awesome.
You're welcome. It's the least that we can do. This, and I and you're welcome. But what I want to say is, this is not about me.
No,
This is about
I'm not
everybody.
looking at it being about you.
Okay, this is about everybody in the community coming together. Everybody in my family, my friends coming together, because $1,500 is nothing compared to what our servicemen and women have done for us and that we don't even know about. You know, looking at that thing about that movie, I can't think of the name of it now. It was Jack Nicholson, where he was a general, and he's sitting there in court, going, you know, you want me on that wall, you need me on that wall. In a sense, he's right. You know, we don't know what's happening, and we don't know what our servicemen and women go through. So this is just a small thank you to try and help. So
For some reason, I'm thinking that's I don't think he was a general, but for some reason that's ringing a bell for me as being men of honor. Okay.
might as well.
LJ says few good men.
Few good men.
Yep. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Because I remember watching that.
Hey, I'm gonna jump out.
All right.
I'm gonna jump out and run down and go get on the house computer. This is. I'll be back. I'll be back shortly.
All right, I gotta plug my phone in because it's gonna die.
I've been plugged in the whole time because my phone was at 10% when I started.
Yeah, I've still got 30%. I'm good. So, Old Path. No, I'm not auctioning them off as of right now. My thoughts are everybody that donates, I get an email that says when somebody donates. I don't know any other information other than that, just Tom donated. And then I can see the donation level go up. So what I'm doing right now is I'm keeping track of everybody that donates. And then come the 19th, we're going to have basically our live. It's a Thursday night at 7 o'clock. I'm actually trying to get Friday off so I don't have to cut the stream short. Hopefully we can get more donations that night between streaming to Facebook and YouTube. And then everybody that donates will get put into a drawing, kind of like we do with our giveaways. And then, you know, they will be given a prize. I don't have any money, but would love to make a sign for this. Maybe a welcome sign. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Why am I talking to the wall? Because my laptop's over here, June, and I'm trying to read the comments. Sorry. Sometimes I forget about that. I have my phone camera set up here, and I have my laptop over here, so I'm trying to read the comments. So yeah, I'm hoping it's going to be a big night. Hoping it's going to be a good night. And if you want to donate something, you're more than welcome to, and I will take it. So just trying to do something good, you know, something good, something that helps.
Yeah.
I hope that answers any questions.
It always does. Because I remember a few years ago, I got involved with a friend of mine over, a YouTube friend of mine over in Ireland, one of these pay it forward challenges where you do something out of kindness for somebody else. And I was doing my firewood, a lot of splitting and chopping of firewood. And I turned around and took a full load in the back of my pickup over to another veteran, a disabled veteran's house, and gave him a full load of firewood to help him make it through the winter. And what fits in the back of my truck is basically a half quart of wood if I stack it right. So it was a pretty good feat for a little Dakota pickup.
Right.
But hey, it felt good doing it. But it was not about me. It was about paying it forward for somebody else.
Yes.
Pretty much
And
what this is about.
that's why when I came up with the name, and I gotta answer some stuff in the chat. I did not name this DeLand's Wounded Warrior fundraiser. This is I actually named it Makers Helping Wounded Warrior.
Yes.
Because with the maker community coming together and donating financially or donating prizes, it's not me, it's everybody, it's the community, it's YouTube, it's my Facebook page, it's everything. So
That's right.
that's why I named it that way.
Yes. When I did
So-
the pay it forward, I did not attach my name to it. Okay.
Mhm.
All I turned around and said is, we're paying it forward.
So let me read some of this real quick.
Sure. I'm going to step outside a minute and I got to close some windows. So I'll be right back.
So June, you brought up a good point. I'm going to reposition everything and take a seat. Because yes, I'm looking at the wall. And no, I did not put myself into timeout. I should, because I'm pretty bad. But I have not put myself into timeout yet. So how and where can we donate? So give me a second, and if you want to donate financially, I will share the link in a second. I've actually posted it on YouTube a couple of times, but Kevin, I believe, do we mail it to you or to the person directly? That is up to you. Pretty much everybody seems to be sending everything to me, and then I will have it here, and then I can mail it out from there. Now, I will say the Wounded Warrior Project did send me out some swag, some really nice swag to also give for a giveaway. They're the huge flag that's got the Wounded Warrior symbol on it. It says Wounded Warrior Project on it. A really nice tote bag, some magnets, some pins. So they've also offered up stuff for the giveaway. But let me share this real quick. I have to find it. I have it on my desktop. Sorry, I hate dead air, but I'm thinking and trying to do this at the same time. All right. Here's the link. If you guys would like, if you want to donate. Now, understand, and I've been asked this question, so I want to be very transparent and upfront. I've been asked, what do I get, or what do the channels that help get from this fundraiser? And I want to tell you, absolutely nothing. The link that I just shared goes directly to the Wounded Warrior Project page, and it goes to my donation page. Those donations, 100% of it, go right to the Wounded Warriors. They don't come to me. They don't go to YouTube. They don't go to anybody else. 100% goes to the Wounded Warrior. So if you choose to donate through that link, I appreciate it and thank you. And if you want to send in something to give away, you can email me and we can figure that out too. So, but thank you.
Thanks, John.
All right.
Is
Thank you.
see James Rohrbox in there. What's up, James?
Yeah, so you guys are going to get a little shaky. I'm going to move this around a little bit.
Okay.
I'm going to take my mic off so I can get the charger on.
Plywood. What's up, Plywood? Dang, where is that guy? There was that new channel. Said he seen me in Beaver After Dark Thursday after we did our live here. I fell asleep. I'll just tell you, I fell asleep on Beaver's show. One, because I'd been up for 18 hours, and two, I had a couple of drinks. Okay, what do you want?
I was going to say, I stopped into Beaver After Dark and you were gone already, so.
Yeah.
All right. Now, hopefully I can look at the chat and talk to you guys. Let me bring this down a little bit more. So I will be, just to, with everybody else donating stuff, the new American flags that I made, I will be donating a few of those to give away. So, yep.
Yeah, it's that kind of channel, CNG, Beaver After Dark. Not family friendly, not safe for work. You may get offended. You may get disgusted. I mean, it gets pretty raunchy over there.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to have any kids on that.
Yeah, you definitely don't want them in the room.
That's kind of like one of the comments I made about a friend of mine's car. You all remember the Marx Brothers growing up?
Oh, yeah.
Well, a little bit of history about the Marx Brothers. Chico Marx. Everybody calls him Chico, but it's actually Chico. He went ahead and learned how to play piano in brothels and cat houses.
Nice.
Okay. And I turned around and made a comment about a picture of a car to my family on our messages. I said, and I took a picture of the car or one like it, brand new, absolutely gorgeous, nothing wrong with it. And I said, before Chico Marx's cat house tour. I took a picture of the car that was all just torn apart and all trashed out, and I said after his tour. And believe it or not, I didn't say anything really wrong, but the car was all just torn apart and destroyed and everything. And they said, that's just not right. But it was all humor.
Right.
Okay. You could have said the same thing about Curly Fine from the Three Stooges, or Curly Howard, I think it was.
Yeah.
Because Curly and Mo were brothers. Larry was a cousin. I miss good television programming like that. What about you guys?
Oh, yeah. If you think about it, there's a lot of really good television programming from when we were growing up that would never fly
Now.
today.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a sign of the times. Yeah, it was a little bit different then. But, I think of shows like, The Jeffersons, All in the Family, and that's even a little later than what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But, even still, shows like that, they were truly monumental in their time.
Yes, they were.
And they were great shows. When I see them on, I watch them now. And sometimes I'll get on YouTube and I'll look at All in the Family or the Jeffersons or stuff like that. Mama's Family, yes. And I'll think back and I'll listen to some of the stuff they're saying. And it's like, wait a second.
Did I just hear what I thought they said?
And I didn't catch that when I was a kid. I understand that now. You can't wait. You can say that. You can't say that. You shouldn't wait. Yes, you should. And it's like, wait a second. Wow. Yeah, I love those shows.
And you know what was even and this is quite a bit time later, was good for a lot of that was the Golden Girls.
Yes.
That was comedy gold.
Yes.
And there was so much innuendo in that it wasn't even funny. Okay. How about one of these movies that they've turned around and they've all but banned here in the United States that we grew up with? Mel Brooks.
Which one was that?
Blazing Saddles.
They banned that?
They're trying to. They've pulled it off of just about every streaming network that there is. And they refuse to broadcast it because they say it's racist.
Oh, you know what?
Guess what? It's not.
June, sorry, I was gonna. Is June still here?
I think June is still here. But yeah, Old Pat says he has a friend that was offended by Beverly Hillbillies. I don't know how that's possible. Now, Roseanne, yes, Roseanne went off back in the day because of that. But I think this time when they brought Roseanne back, yes, June is still here. She had some stuff going on. And from what I've heard from different articles and interviews, it was actually the cast that didn't want her back.
Yeah.
So the Connors came on after they got rid of Roseanne. Now, the Connors is not Roseanne, but it's still kind of close to Roseanne, and it's just as funny. So, yeah, but Roseanne, yeah, she was another one. She was...
Roseanne Barr was controversial by herself.
Yes.
Okay? And I think what really did her in was her singing of the national anthem. And then
we have a caller. Caller, can you...
Yes, I hear you.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure I had it unplugged and it sounds good and everything on your end.
Yes.
Okay. Can y'all hear her?
Yes.
Yeah, I hear.
Okay. Good deal.
I hear at least two other people. One of them being Deland. I can't tell you who the other one is, though.
It's Pat from the Smallwood lot.
Yeah, small woodlot. All right. Anyway, I wanted to tell June. She told me I had to get the WhatsApp thing so that she could call in. Thank you, Jude.
Bye.
Bye. Now I don't have any idea how it works. I do have WhatsApp, so she said she'd be able to call in if she wants to call in.
All right.
I think you've got to give her the number.
Oh yeah. All right, hold on. Let me get over here to it. And stuff.
Can you guys still hear me good without my mic?
Yeah.
Yeah, we hear you fine.
Okay.
I mean,
I just want to make sure.
I'm talking straight into the microphone on my phone.
Yeah, I'm having so much fun with this live. I don't want to stop it just because I'm...
Oh, she's not tonight. She's half asleep. Whatever.
Wait a second. Wait a second. It's morning time there. You should be half awake. You guys didn't get that. The glass is half empty. empty or
Yeah,
full.
I got it. I was just trying to ignore it.
Yeah, I know. It's easy to ignore me. So, but yeah, and TV shows like that, man, you just,
Oh, it's 3:22. Damn.
oh, okay, 3:22. That's, man.
Yeah, that's a little early.
That's a little early. That's about when I get up every morning.
Well, Plywood says I've got a big mouth. Am I talking too loud?
No, your voice carries well.
I mean, I've got times where I'll be online or I'll be talking with my wife's siblings or something like that, and I forget that there's a 13-hour delay or difference in time zones. They're all over in Indonesia.
Damn, June. She ain't even been to bed yet.
Okay, that's weird. So Kevin said maybe Plywood thought my mouth was pretty.
Purdy. That's
Purdy?
Purdy. You got to pronounce
Purdy.
it right.
That got weird.
Yeah, that's a little.
Whatever, Mike. Whatever. 567. I'm lucky to have 100.
You got more than 100.
Barely.
Hold on a second. I got to go shut something off real quick.
All right.
All right.
Dueling banjos.
So
Hey. I hear that down here all the time. In good old
what
Alabama.
topic? We've been having fun talking about TV show topics. What topic would you guys like to talk about for the next, say, half hour? Because I am going to have to go to bed at some point in time.
Oh, June only needs another 23 before she hits 500. Good for you.
Oh, well, heck, let's get her. We got 14 people watching right now. Let's go get June some subs.
Right?
That way she can hit her 500. Let me share
Good, now.
that.
Post her up. Post her up. I'll go ahead.
Hold on one second. Let me do this. You guys talk because I'm looking at the wall again.
You're talking to the wall again?
When you go to bed, we go into Beaver After Dark. I have no idea what the show was about because I pretty much fell out right at the beginning, I think. So you might want to watch like a earlier one. Of course, I don't really say much on there anyway.
You know,
No, they're not live, Amy Jo. Did you watch the last live, Amy Jo? I wonder.
You know, it's pretty bad when you fall out of your own live stream because you're tired.
It wasn't. No, I was a I'm a co-host. That's not mine. Mine is off
So
track.
If
A friend of mine was doing a live stream, and he had been up for 36 hours straight, and he was doing physical work. He sat down and was doing a live stream describing all of his day and everything else. And halfway through the live stream, he just fell asleep. And everybody's there for 10 minutes trying to wake him up. And they're like, all right, we're going to let it just go through and we're going to let him sleep.
So I just shared June's House of Crafts link. If you guys can go sub, please do. She's almost to 500, and that would be awesome for her. And she actually does some really cool crafts. So yeah, go give her a sub. And if she would call in, she could tell us more about her channel. But she's not going to call in, so I'm going to leave it as a surprise.
Okay.
Boom.
So June's House of Crafts.
Cliffhanger. I just left the cliffhanger. Do you see how that goes?
It won't. Why won't it let? Oh, because this is Deland's channel. Durr.
Sure.
I got to get over on mine. Ooh, I got 111. Woohoo!
See, I told you.
Oh crap! I wasn't. How was I not? I swear I subbed to her channel. All right, I just subbed. So you got another one.
Well, I'm on StreamYard right now, and I don't know if I can go on my phone back to YouTube to do that without screwing everything up. So I just made a notation on a piece of paper, and I'll go to it a little bit later.
Awesome.
So, but no, I'm willing to support people.
Heck yeah. All right, hold on. Let's wait, let me
Oh, wait, let me see if I can do this one.
let me close all my porn channels up here.
I'm not going there.
And
I'm going to duck out of this for a minute. Okay, guys?
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Share screen. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Right there.
Oh, Amy Joe, you didn't just go there, did you? Do we need to talk foot porn?
So that's what it looked like before. That's the top and the front. 2 handles. It's purple and white on the front, and then she redid it with that on the front. Nice. Ooh, decoupage. Oh, I love the painting. Mixed media. Wow.
So
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk over it.
No, I paused it. Go ahead.
So Amy Joe one night tried talking me into making an OnlyFans for my feet. It was
Whoa.
quite the entertaining conversation.
Hey, whatever. I'm not. Look, I'm not going to say anything about anybody's. Nope.
So I know I'd make money, especially when I go to the doctors if I videotape that. So here's the thing: I went to the foot doctor, and I have these really bad calluses and corns and stuff on my feet, and they hurt. They hurt bad. So every once in a while, I go to the foot doctor, and he will shave my feet to get rid of them. Well, this time, it's been so long since I've been there, he actually pulled out a Dremel tool to cut back some of my corns and calluses. And it looked like it snowed in his office from all the dead skin flying around. I can walk better. Sorry.
Oh, crap. Hey, you could have called the show phone. What?
Kevin,
Okay.
he definitely needed a dust mask system because I was sitting there waving it. I mean, it was bad. It literally on my heel, and he says I get it because I have a high
I'll be right
arch.
back. Oh wait, there's small woodlot in there.
All right. Yeah, they haven't had to bring out a chainsaw yet, but the Dremel tool, man, I was like, what the heck? And he's like, and he numbed my feet. He takes so much off. It's like he numbed it so it wouldn't hurt. And he's like, have you ever seen one of these? And I was like, bro, I carve with those. And he's like, yeah, me too. Lift your foot up.
I actually had, when I was wearing boots all the time, I had the calluses built up around my heel that were, I'm going to say, 7/16 of an inch thick. And they hurt. And I know they did. And I'd gotten to the point one time when I was in the military, wearing the combat boots that they were there, and they were bothering me. So I went over to the mechanic's garage. I said, excuse me, can I borrow something from you? He's like, what have you got? Or what do you want? I said, do you have a bastard file? And I took off my boot right then and there in the shop. I'm sitting there with a bastard file, shaving them down. And everybody's just like looking at me like, what the hell are you doing? And I'm like,
every once in a while, I'll get a really sharp knife and I'll go at my feet with the knife. And he even asked me, he's like, do you do this to yourself at home? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, I can tell. And I'm like, why? He goes, because it's actually harder where it goes around where I've like ripped off the skin and stuff.
Yeah. And what really hurts? What really hurts is when you have the calluses on there, and you got it, and they
Hello.
Hello.
hard, then they just break
Hiya,
off on their own.
June.
That really hurts.
Yeah. Can you
hear me?
There we go. Yes.
June.
Hi. Hello. I'm waving to the TV. You can't see me waving.
I'm wait.
Hello, June.
Hiya.
Man, that is some.
Say thank you. Thank you so much.
That
And
is some
shout
beautiful
out.
decoupage. I wish I could send you something for my flower stand and have you deco. That's some beautiful stuff there. I really like the
Oh, thank you.
the coaster one, the ladies decoupage coasters. I think ladies would, if I could. Yeah. So how do you do that? Are you like using
that one was a iron-on.
Okay.
That was an iron-on. I made the coaster.
Mm-hmm.
I think I did that either with resin or Ecopore. Then I put the iron-on top, then sealed it.
That's
I
awesome.
also use stickers. You can also use stickers on those, as long as you seal the top.
So I'm going to say something real quick, June. So everybody, my Friday nights now consist of watching June and Miss Francis. And let me tell you what, it is the most soothing time listening to June and Miss Francis talk. It's like all the stress in your body goes away listening to them. Because Mrs. Francis is, I'm gonna say she's Southern, so she's got that Southern lady accent, and then you have June, who is from the UK, and her accent. You get those two together, and oh my goodness, it's heaven for me.
Oh crap! It's ASMR. Oh, I'm in. I'm in.
But I did say in the last video, I do put people to sleep. There you go.
But that's a good, in my case, that's a good thing. I love ASMR, ladies talking, kind of low, and it just, like old Bob Ross, he gets on there. When I have trouble, I go to the Bob Ross channel and I'm out.
Bob Ross has that effect.
What I will
So June,
do,
why haven't you gone to bed yet?
next Thursday evening when you have Miss Francis on. And
Okay.
we could have a good
Oh, you
night.
gave away the special guest. Yes. I will look forward to you being here when Miss Francis is on. And I really have to get in contact with her and keep the contact going. So
Yeah, we probably need to do a video and sound test with her first.
she's done she's used StreamYard before.
Oh,
She just
all right,
doesn't
well,
use it now because it costs so much.
right. Okay.
She uses Restream now.
Restream.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And I think she's actually gonna make something for you next Thursday evening.
oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
She made
A
seriously.
little project planned.
I'm gonna give you guys a link really quick. If you guys want to see Mrs. Francis, she is awesome. And she made this most beautiful dragon's head out of a mold. And I was just like, oh my goodness, I want that. So I'm gonna share a link and look up her dragon's head video. And it was amazing. She was concerned that it had a few bubbles in it. But when she put that together, oh my goodness, it was beautiful. So in June, you
I
guys
think
just did the
turning that dragon head into an incense holder.
what was that?
A dragon head into an incense holder.
Yeah.
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 Cool.
So yeah, go give Miss Francis a like and June's page a like and subscribe. I think you guys will be very happy that you did. Like I said, they're my Friday night addiction now.
My Friday night addiction is me with a bunch of tools in my hand doing something, not always sitting down and watching. You know what I mean?
No, but
I'm always
I'm telling you, if you watch the live on Friday night with these two on it, you will not get out of your seat. I've tried. It's like a magnet on my chair. When I try to get up, it's like, no, you're not going anywhere. No, you're not going anywhere. It's that
Cool.
good.
I'm not a regular. I'm not a regular on Miss Francis. It's normally a lady called Coral, but she's not very well at the moment, and that's why I stepped in.
Oh, dang it.
Well, we will pray for her, and
We'll keep her in our thoughts and prayers.
for sure.
You have a good evening.
Thank you for
too.
calling. Jane. It was awesome to get to talk to you.
Get some sleep.
Yes,
Yeah,
get some
we'll
sleep.
talk soon.
All right. Bye bye.
Alrighty.
Bye.
I just love her. She's so awesome. That's awesome. And that's what I'm saying about bringing in the different people into the community, because there's just so much.
See, how do
You know, that's one thing. Everybody looks at makers and think we're always creating with wood, metal, yarns, whatever. And I like to watch something else too. I like to watch a lot of the cooking channels.
Yeah.
Because right there are some masterpiece makers. And I'm not talking about shows like Nailed It or anything like that, where you can look at it for the comedy. I'm talking about different cultural foods being made.
Mhm.
You can't even understand the language you're talking, but you're looking at the food saying, that looks tasty. And it just kind of mesmerizes you and draws you in. Okay?
Definitely does.
And that's the neat thing about YouTube. Okay? And the creators on YouTube. The ones I could care less about are the ones that are out there just reposting and posting what they think is funny.
Right.
Okay.
Trying to figure out how to I just added June is my first contact in WhatsApp, and she's my favorite. Favorited,
Nice.
favorited. Whatever. I don't know what I'm doing with this shit. I just push buttons and shit happens.
Been there, done that. Now my wife says I'm not allowed to push buttons anymore because I'm pushing all the wrong ones. Hey, Chris. My boy
So
Chris just.
I'm gonna probably end this stream in about 10 minutes because it's almost 11 o'clock my time, and I'm gonna need to get to bed here shortly. But
Where
you
you at,
know-
Dylan?
what's that?
Where are you at?
Michigan.
Michigan? Okay.
Yep.
I'm over here on the right coast in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
All right. So
Very
you and I
good.
are in the time zone.
Yep.
So.
Rusty's not. Rusty's in the wrong time zone.
Yeah,
And-
He's not in the left zone, is he?
I'm in Alabama.
Alabama? Oh, I can deal with Alabama.
Oh,
Yeah, and don't call Rusty at 8 o'clock in the morning on his day off. Just do that.
No. Believe me, when I get going and I start doing things like, in about 6 weeks, I'm going to be going to a 4-day work week. Okay, 4 10s. I'll have a 72-hour weekend. I
Rusty, did you
guarantee
see what Miss June said? Rusty.
Oh, she can make me coasters. Cool. Oh,
I guarantee you, on that 72 hours, Friday morning, don't try to wake me up.
there you go.
77.36% of all YouTube woodworkers are in Michigan. Are you calling me fat?
I think he is.
I think he is. I think he just called me fat. Because there's
I don't
only
know.
3 woodworkers in Michigan. And I think he called me fat.
There you go.
I know one thing for a fact. I can never be called fat.
No, you don't look fat at all.
I'm 6'2" and I weigh 168 pounds.
Yeah, no, you're like my leg.
No matter what I do, I can't gain weight. I eat like a horse. Just doesn't stick to me. Like last night, we all went out to dinner. Okay, we went to a Vietnamese restaurant, and I had a filet mignon banh mi, and I turned around and chased it down with a barbecue chicken banh mi, which is a sandwich. And they were both about 10 inches long, and they were solid. They're about 5 inches diameter. And I ate both of those. I had my Vietnamese iced coffee. I had some of my wife's grilled chicken and rice platter. I had 3 spring rolls, and nothing sticks to me.
Nice.
See you, CNG.
See you later, CNG.
Have a good night.
Yeah,
CJ.
I'm heading out shortly too. I've got to say, I like this layout because I'm sitting here looking at all 3 of us on the screen, and I have to admit, I'm actually kind of handsome.
Well, at least I
You know,
didn't
with-
break my camera or your screen.
Yeah, with you 2 on here with me, I look good.
You better watch it. I might find my razor one day.
Uh-oh. Don't do that.
Hey, this is actually a lot shorter than what it's been. I actually shaved it off about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
I had it all going down my neck. My hair was starting to look kind of like it was getting blown around in a wind tunnel because it was about 5 inches long. So Yeah.
You didn't have your glasses on when you were saying that. So.
Yeah. Obviously.
Mhm.
So, all right, let me. I'm gonna do this.
You got to get the side profile. See the.
Ooh.
I'm telling you what, glasses or not, pretty handsome. Pretty handsome.
Hey, Deland. How often do you trip over that ego?
Yeah.
At least 3 or 4 times a day.
Oh, okay. Just so we know.
I don't join your live because I'm the east end of a dog-headed west. That's good. All right,
Is that
everybody.
like the north end of a southbound mule?
Exactly.
Thank you guys for being here tonight. I have got to get to bed.
All right.
I did not.
Y'all have a good
I'm
one.
happy that we were here for almost 2.5 hours, and that was great. Appreciate
another
you
4
guys
minutes and
hanging
you
out
got
with
it.
me. What's that?
Another 4 minutes and you got 2.5 hours.
All right, I'll wait 3.5 minutes because my phone says 2 hours, 26 minutes, and 30 seconds.
Go get some sleep, June. Amy Joe, go live.
Yeah, Amy Joe, go live.
Yeah, let's see what she's up to. Maybe Professor Rusty will stream everything in a live chat.
I think Rusty needs to go live, and everybody go to Rusty's channel. You're welcome, James. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I'm going to bed too. I'm trying to. I didn't realize how long 3 minutes is, and I'm trying to kill this 3 minutes.
I need to shave up a little bit for sure.
Well, like I said, I got rid of my winter wool. Okay, because when I let it grow in, I don't shave the neck or anything. I just let it all just come right in.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't worry about it. But then you get, when you're asleep at night, you got the cat come up and decide, ooh, let me go ahead and knead at those hairs. Or the dog kind of come up and nibble on the beard a little bit because they want to play with it. That hurts.
I mean, that's all you need to see right there, Deland.
What's that?
Amy Joe says it right there.
Oh, that part about loving your beard?
Yeah.
You realize she wears glasses, right? And she's in bed in her nightgown, and she doesn't have her glasses on.
Okay.
Whatever. Oh, Lord. 2 minutes. 2 minute warning.
Yep, 2 minute warning. See, she's even laughing because she knows it's true. She's just
There's
trying to be polite.
Baby kisses.
Hey, baby kisses, you're just in time for us to leave.
Yep.
Amy Joe hasn't seen mine. What Plywood said.
Huh?
Oh my goodness.
June, you're supposed to be going to sleep. Gee, she's still in there. Go to sleep.
What is that? Huh? What's sleep?
I know, because I guarantee you, I'll go lay down right now. I'll be up in 3 hours. I ate it. Okay, I ate it, Bear. Jesus.
I don't know. I might have to go ahead and start another pot of coffee here shortly.
So Bear, he ate the hat. So that's 2 carvings now for the charity. So keeping track.
You know what? I'm gonna just because Bear loves that hat so much, I'm gonna buy another one. I'm gonna buy another hat.
What kind of lullaby? Oh, ready? Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep, dear June. Go to sleep. Go to
Gordon said
sleep.
you gotta go.
Close your eyes.
Come
Get in
on,
the
you only got
covers.
12 more seconds there, Deland.
Cover yourself up. Lay your head down and go to sleep. Go to sleep. Good night. I will
Well,
talk to you guys tomorrow.
Lynn, at least you got my
Yeah.
dog to go to sleep.
Dude, see? That's it. That's it.
Yeah, no guy, he's passed out. All four up in the air. Spread eagle. It worked on someone.
All right, we're out, folks.
All right. Enjoy, everybody.
Thank you
Have a
for
good
hanging
night.
out. And yes, I'm going to make that last part into a short where I'm singing.
All right.
All right.